Hey everyone, so today was a pretty awesome day of trading. I took 3 trades today, 2 were winners, 1 was a loser, and I ended up walking away with just over $1,000 in profit. All from trading just today. Very awesome gains today. Had some very well structured trades, and the best thing about the trades I took today were that most of the stocks were on our nightly watch list. So I actually go through every single night with my chat room and I make a watch list every single night to prepare them for the next morning. So that's just one of the benefits that you get by being in the TradeBuddy community. If you want more information about that, there's links down below. But we're going to go over these trades. We had some awesome traders in the chat room that made some nice profits as well. So we're going to show those off too, just because. And we're going to break down the trades. So if you want to learn something new about day trading, or if you just want to refine your skills, make sure you stick through this whole video lesson, because I'm sure that there's going to be lots of information that you can benefit from. So like always, please leave a like, comment, and subscription, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Alright everyone, so we're going to go over today's trades. I took 3 trades, like I said. 2 were winners, 1 was a loser. I took trades on SNES and ANY, and then I took a losing trade on LMFA. So I'm going to go over those trades, go over exactly what I did right, what I did wrong, and what I would recommend for you guys going forward. So the past few days we've been seeing a very big shift into these low-priced stocks. So let me just bring up my watch list real fast. Like I said earlier in the intro, if you want access to this watch list, you can get live updates of the watch list by joining the TradeBuddy community chat room. There's a silver and there's a platinum option. The silver option gives you access to the watch list and the chat room, and then the platinum will give you access to those, plus the live stream trades where you can watch and hear me trade live every single morning. So that's a very good option for anyone who is just trying to learn exactly what it takes to trade and what they need to do during a trade. So if you're new or you're not profitable yet, I highly recommend going for the platinum so you can see exactly what it takes to be profitable. So here's the watch list today. I was saying, hey everyone, seems like the market is turning towards these sub-dollar stocks that are repping exponentially. You can check out ADOM, SNES, AMA, and so forth. This fact will give us the base trend to follow going into the next few days. Low price stocks that are breaking out. I'm pumped for the days ahead, and hopefully we can reap in some awesome profits. Let's get it, team. And we did reap in some nice profits today. So here was the watch list I posted. I had SNES, ADOM, AMMA, MBOT, FCRE, ANY, ABIO, PRPO, and BLNK. So pretty big watch list, but we had to cast a wide net because there was just so much volatility today. And the ones that I traded were, let me see, move my water bottle. Ones that I traded was SNES. So I traded SNES today. I bought this one in the morning, looking for, let me see where I bought this exactly. I bought this at 6:31.23, so right after the market opened. I was looking at this one as a breakout play, just to catch on that the quick volume. I bought this one at 162, and I sold this one at 172 with 500 shares. So that right there was a very nice profit. Just basically just buying this pullback down back to 162, looking for that move higher. This did hit 180, but I took my profits quick because I was using pretty large size. And the next trade I took was on ANY. So ANY was a pretty awesome trade. ANY didn't go as high as I expected in the time frame that I traded it, but I mainly just bought the breakout once again, buying the breakout over 62, using 60 as my stop. So I bought 10,000 shares at 62. I sold 2,000 shares at 67, and then I took the rest off at 64, 8,000 shares. So missed out on a very large piece of the move. However, I recognized that it was looking pretty weak. This very large red candle to bring it on down, and I didn't want it to retest my risk level just because it seemed like that this spike here was very overextended, and it looked like that it wasn't going to hold the 62 really well, since right here it didn't hold it too well anyways. So that made me just want to get out, and then I hopped out with a very nice profit, and then I just kept watching this one. It eventually did a very nice recovery. You can see we made higher lows all morning, which is a very strong sign of strength. Strong sign of strength. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry for that pause. I was just thinking. So we held that support. All you need to do here is just you connect the dots. Basically, you connect the trend lines, or you connect the dips to make this overall daily trend line, is what I call this. So whenever you hear me say daily trend line, I mean that when you use the obvious dips and just draw a trend line along that line, that is the overall daily trend line. So as long as the price is above that trend line, overall it's bullish, but once you get that crack below it, it turns to bearish. So you can see we held that trend line, we squeezed up, but then we made kind of a head and shoulders here. So I'll just bring out my awesome tool real fast to show you guys this head and shoulders. So here's kind of one shoulder, here's the head, and there's a shoulder, and then using that daily trend line, the break of that trend line is the downtrend. So you can see here, once we broke that trend line, we fell from the 66s down to the 55s. So once this trend line was broken, I did not want to trade it anymore. And I saw some people in the chat room, you know, looking at this one as a dip buy even after that daily trend line was broken. And some things that I really want to stress about the pattern that I use of dip buying off of previous levels of resistance is that you have to make sure that you're doing it on stocks that are uptrending, because when you have a stock that's uptrending, then you have the euphoria, you have the fear of missing out in play with new traders, you have everyone chasing it, wanting to get that bigger move higher. When the stock goes from bullish to bearish and it's downtrending, then the overall sentiment shifts in traders from being overly exuberant to overly cautious, and people are not going to want to buy the dip. They're going to take the profits fast. Not to mention you have people who are losing on the trade and they're cutting losses, causing further selling and pushing it down even further. So there's a very big difference between buying stocks or dip buying stocks that are uptrending and dip buying stocks that are downtrending. And what I'm trying to focus on really well is dip buying stocks, only dip buying stocks that are uptrending. So that's what I'm trying to look for. After ANY broke its trend there, it was no longer a play. Some of the stocks that were popping up, you know, we had VXRT. VXRT made a very awesome move. Give me 1 second. Let me see. VXRT was a very quick move. Actually, that's not the one I'm talking about. That's the wrong one. I think it was LMFA. LMFA was a pretty decent mover today. Once again, just one of these low-priced, low-float runners. If you look at the daily chart, same thing. Now this one, it started out the day at 61 cents, hit a high of $1.05. So immediately you can see just part of that low-float mania. And all you really need to look for is those the same patterns that we trade over and over again. So your bull flags, your U-shaped breakouts. This one didn't really have a dip buy that you could have done just because it spiked up so fast. But you can see right here, this area is a very clear sign of consolidation, and you can almost call it like, you know, a U-shape, an ABCD, a flat top wedge, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the main thing to note here is that once you had this uptrend on good volume and you broke over these levels, this was a clear buy area right here. Now this did move very, very fast from the 75s up to $1.05. So it is a bit scary to trade these stocks, but once again, you can't really be scared because you don't really have to base your trades on emotions. You just have to identify a level that you want to buy, identify where you're going to have your risk, where you're going to cut your loss, and then identify a level that you believe the stock can go up to. And if you don't know how high the stock can go, then just use a trailing stop. So, you know, if you don't know what a trailing stop is, first of all, watch my other videos. I have many videos covering this basic topic. But essentially what you do is that as the stock raises up in value, you just raise your risk. So I don't have really like a set range that I raise my risk. Usually what I do is I base it off of levels of support and resistance. So for example, if we get this breakout and we move all the way up to, you know, 95 cents, I would say take my profits if it broke below 85 cents. So I give it a good range to move around and move higher. But if it does break down, no matter what, I'm making very nice profits. So that's kind of how you can let your stocks run without limiting your profits. Because how many of you guys had this situation where, you know, you buy a stock, you take your 10% trade, and then you see it go up another 100, 200%. That is not a good feeling because you miss out on so much of the move. And one thing as traders that we need to do is we need to limit our losses, but let our winners ride. And the way that you do that is by, you know, you kind of have to incorporate that trailing stop strategy. So that's what I'm starting to do now, and I'm able to take a much bigger piece of these moves. So that's what I recommend for you guys to do as well. One thing to note though is that doing this type of strategy really works best when you're dip buying, because when you're buying a breakout, you kind of have to have a very tight stop in the beginning because the breakout could easily fail. It's not as common for dip buys to fail because if you're pairing your dip buys with 1, low stochastics, and 2, uptrending stocks, and 3, a dip that's off of a previous level of resistance, then that dip has a very high chance of working. And once you bounce off that level and reach the next resistance point, you could simply use that next resistance point as your risk once you pass that level. So I know it's kind of a hard topic to wrap your head around if you're not experienced with trading, but that's why I recommend you watch the other videos as well, and also take the mentorship course if you need to. Some other movers were, you know, CDTI had a huge move from around 62 cents up to $1.50. This was a very massive spike that I really did not anticipate. And we didn't really catch this one in the chat till it was a bit later once it started getting halted. And of course, at that point, I didn't really want to trade it. We did have a very nice dip buy off of the halt level, but that really hasn't seemed like a very strong level of resistance to me. So I didn't want to take that dip, but you know, you could have made a quick 20 cent per share there. But of course, it did crack below that soon after, and you would have lost some money too. So once again, the main thing I'm gonna look for tomorrow is doing these dip buys on uptrending stocks. So if you don't have enough lessons on that yet, watch my last 2 video lessons because I go over it very, very in-depthly. And last but not least, let me just show you guys my profits for today. I'm trying to work on getting a better way to show my profits from Thinkorswim, but I've just kind of learned how to use the program. I'm not really great with it. But here's my win on BLNK or SNES 935, and then here's my win on ANY for 260, and then of course my loser on LMFA was $200. So you win some, you lose some. As long as your winners are bigger than your losers, then long term you're profitable. So that's my lesson for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave a like, leave a comment if you have any questions, and leave a subscription down under this video so you're notified on any future videos. If you want to learn more about day trading, I do have a free ebook of how to day trade every single morning. It's the first link down below. I also have a mentorship program, which is a lifetime mentorship program, should I say. Lifetime access to my course, lifetime access to my chat room and my live stream, and lifetime access to my watch lists, and so much more. So make sure you guys check out those deals. I am going to be running a sale for this upcoming holiday on Monday, so make sure you guys have a keen eye out for that. I'm probably giving some very nice discounts on my course and chat rooms. So you should see those deals up on the website tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you guys tomorrow.